Hi everyone, this is OTC. I trade with Bear Bull Trading Community. This is my video trade recap of MRNA. So let's jump right into it. What we're seeing here is the 5-minute, and right away you see that the stock got pretty extended from the 9 EMA on the 5 here. So I saw that off to the corner of my eye on one of my other screens where I have other charts going, and saw that it was getting pretty extended. So let's jump over to the 1 minute and take a look at my entry. You can see here that it worked up pretty good throughout the morning. Came down, collected some buyers, retraced up, made a big move up to what was initially 66.50, and the bottom was down here at basically 63.50. So $3 move, not a bad move. MRNA can throw some pretty funny candles, kind of like this, so I don't trade it often. When I do, I make sure that I take a quick partial and move everything to break even. But so as I mentioned, on the 5 it was pretty extended, right? Showed it here, show it again, pretty extended on the 5, and then it was coming up to previous day. So black with 2 dots is not yesterday's close, but the prior day's close. So previous day close. So coming up on that previous day close, still continued to push up. Got in a little early. I thought I was seeing the second top form, so I saw this form, rejected, came back and rejected that previous day close, made a push down, and then it was doing it again. Should have gotten in up here, but I tried to catch this as this guy engulfing, which I've mentioned I like to see those pairs of engulfing. In this case, it's a double top and not a head and shoulders. It did end up making a head and shoulders with this, and this guy here, right? But I was playing a double top, so this entry right here, a little early, didn't take big position because, as I mentioned, MRNA likes to do stuff like MRNA likes to do stuff like that, and it had made a pretty big move yesterday. So first entry there, then I saw that it was not holding this level very well. This level that I had drawn in was struggling to break this wick up here, so that was matched up. So I decided to add. Once again, my add was not great. The add would have been much better up here, but I did average up to, I believe, 66.34 was my average, so somewhere in here. Let's put the cursor on. So yeah, 60. Yeah, I was averaged up to 66.37ish. So somewhere in here. So watched it closely. Had a tight stop loss. If it broke these two levels, I was going to be out. So watched it play down. Didn't take a partial. Waited for it to make what I was seeing after getting in too early on this. Then I recognized that it was gonna make the head and shoulders. So I held, not make a partial. I held to see if it would make this. Wasn't exactly engulfing, but on the 2 minute it was if I'm not mistaken. That's where I noticed the engulfing was on the 2 minutes. So yeah, sure enough, see it here. So here's shoulder, head, and then this is the shoulder. It took it a few candles to make that, but ultimately did make that head and shoulders. So decided to hold off, not partial anywhere through this drop down, waited for it to bounce, came down. Then I saw it was coming near this 200 SMA, but I didn't see any big orders on the L2, and I didn't see the tape really pushing to press back up on this move here. So I waited for this candle to finish its development. Turns out I took some really good partials there by watching the tape and keeping an eye on the L2. Then sure enough, it, after testing this 50 SMA, popped back up, and I got out at what appears to be break even. Don't know how much I was holding there, but probably a really small portion of my shares. But ultimately, it did make a bigger move down, right? But I would have had to hold this, or let's just use the cursor. I would have had to hold my original stop loss in order to catch that move. So I would have given up all my P&L if it wicked me out here, and then I would have been a loss because my average shares was somewhere in the 63, 65, 66, 37. Would have been a great move, but I have no regrets on that, especially with MRNA that likes to do stuff like this. So that is my trade, quick trade with MRNA, seeing it being extended from the 9 on the 5 here. Quick trade, catching it back to that 15 EMA, which I have just for basically occasions like this and for stop losses when I'm in a position. I try to see how many times that 15 EMA holds. See, it got wicked out there, body hold there. It held here, that's what they're holding. And then yeah, so I've been testing that 15 EMA to see how I can benefit from it. On, see here, the wick didn't quite reach it, so if you were in a position here, let's just say it was a short position, that 15 EMA was still not wicked out. But so far it's proven to be okay. Not a lot of great data from it yet, but it hasn't been very long that I've been using it. So MRNA extension 9 on the 5, caught the reversal. That's the recap on MRNA. Thank you very much.